Hi guys, welcome back to part 2 of the complete guide to all upcoming launches in River Valley. If you haven't already seen part 1, do click on the link at the top right hand corner of the screen to check out the previous video. Just a quick recap, we have already evaluated the various developments based on their location, facilities and quality, as well as demand versus supply. I've also previously explained why I feel there's a massive opportunity in the core central region right now due to the narrowing price gap between the CCR and the other regions. In this video, we are going to focus on how the project's pricing and layout stack up against each other. Are you ready? Let's go! Let's first evaluate the pricing of the upcoming developments versus existing comparable developments in the area to see if it makes more sense to go for the new launches or the resale developments. First on the list, we have the Robertson Opus with an estimated launch price of 3,400 PSF. It's going to be the highest since it is the only 999-year development in this list. Next, we don't have a clear indication yet, so I'm going to assume an average launch price of 3,000 PSF for Promenade Peak, RiverGreen and 𝐷𝐸𝗏. As they are all very high-rise developments, the lower floors are likely to be in the lower range of 2,800 to 2,900 PSF, while the higher floors are likely to exceed 3,000 PSF. Next, I put out the average PSF of other comparable 99-year resale developments in the area that are of similar age and development size. Following that, I have to adjust the average PSF of the resale developments upwards by 6% to take into account the harmonization effect so that we are comparing apple to apple. Thereafter, taking Promenade Peak, RiverGreen and 𝐷𝐸𝗏's pricing of 3,000 PSF as a benchmark, I calculated what are their price gap versus the other developments. After factoring the difference in age, you can see very clearly that the new 99-year launches are selling at a discount versus Robertson Opus, which is expected. But what is more surprising is that there is almost no price premium versus the other resale developments like 𝗿𝗏𝗂𝐿, 𝗰𝗵𝗆 and Martin Modern. The price gap per year versus Highline Residences is also minimal, even though Highline is not even in the River Valley precinct. All this goes to show that the brand new 99-year launches are fairly or even undervalued at this price range. Next up, I also have a few viewers on YouTube asking me if they should go for the older but lower PSF resale freehold developments in the area, which is a very valid question. I think it's perfectly fine as well, but you've got to take note that the absolute quantum of these older developments are going to be a lot higher even though their PSF is lower because of their huge floor area, which includes the not so efficient bay windows and planter boxes. So if I compare the respective prices across the various unit types, you can see that generally you are paying an overall lower price quantum for the newer 99-year developments like RiverGreen and Promenade Peak due to their more compact and efficient layouts. This is especially so for RiverGreen as their layouts are the most compact amongst all. As a result, because of its very competitive PSF and price quantum versus other new and resale developments, I'm going to score RiverGreen the highest at 9 out of 10. Promenade Peak's layout are slightly less efficient, which we will see in the next section, which resulted in higher absolute price quantum, and hence I'm going to give it a lower score of 7 out of 10. I might revise my scoring for Promenade Peak if it eventually launches at a lower PSF than RiverGreen. Finally, I gave Robertson Opus the lower score of 6 out of 10 as I feel much of the 999-year premium has been priced in already. And if you're looking at a relatively short investment horizon of 5 years for example, then the 99-year developments might make more sense. Since we are talking about pricing, I think it's also important that we touch on this very relevant topic on unit selection. Let me run you through a case study. This is the site plan of a development called 𝗵𝗆, which is right across Eunos MRT. Assuming you are going for a 3-bedroom premium unit there on launch day. There are 4 stacks to choose from. Stack 12 is facing the lap pool with peaceful vibes, however it is the most expensive stack. Stack 4 is facing the main road and MRT and have slight afternoon sun, however it is the cheapest stack. We also have stack 77 which is facing the road and MRT as well, but it is the closest to the MRT station. Finally, stack 72 is facing the family pool with resort vibes, but it is going to be noisier with all the pool activities. Given the various pros and cons, which stack would you have chosen? Now picture this, on the actual booking day, the exact price is only released when you're in a queue to book your unit. With only 15 to 30 minutes, you need to compare the pricing across different stacks and different floor levels to determine which one might give you the best returns. fast forward to today, let's review the performance of the same 4 stacks which are bought and sold during the same period for consistency. You'll be surprised to learn that stack 4 actually made the most, even though it has the worst facing. As you can see here, choosing the right or wrong unit can mean a difference of more than $100,000 in profits. There are many factors such as entry price, facing, layout, and floor level to consider concurrently. And that's why it's very important to go in with a proper game plan and with someone that is experienced to analyze clearly under pressure. If you'd like to find out and discuss more about the strategies that I have for unit selection, feel free to reach out to me at 9451-5625 and I'll be happy to advise further. Finally, coming to layout, we'll be comparing Robertson Opus, RiverGreen and Promenade Peak only, as we don't have the floor plans for the other launches like 𝐔𝐿𝐿 yet, which is going to launch later in the 4th quarter. By the way, all the developments here and likely going forward will be GFA harmonized. This means that the aircon ledge space does not count into the floor area, which is good for buyers as you are not paying for space that you can't use. Let's first look at the 2-bed 2-bath. I like that Robertson Opus and RiverGreen comes with an enclosable kitchen instead of Promenade Peak's open kitchen. If you look at the living dining space, Promenade Peak's area also feels more cramped than the other two. Room size are all fairly consistent, with all the master bedroom able to fit a king-size bed. A key differentiating factor whereby Robertson Opus stands out is the fact that its kitchen and bathrooms come with windows for ventilation, which is a rare feature in the smaller units. Hence, I'm going to go with Robertson Opus for the 2-bed 2-bath, even though RiverGreen comes not far behind. Next up is the 2+ study. First of all, what on earth do we have here for Promenade Peak's 2+ study layout? Such a weird looking floor plan with so many edges and wasted space. Even if you can look past that, Promenade Peak's open concept kitchen and tidy study area also pales in comparison with the other two. In addition, Robertson Opus and RiverGreen comes with a more efficient dumbbell layout with both rooms on either side of the living room, eliminating the need for corridor space. Their common bathrooms also come with dual entrance from both the common bedroom and the dining area for your guests. Overall, due to RiverGreen's more compact and efficient design, I'm going to go with it for the 2+ study. Coming to the 3-bed 2-bath, I must say Promenade Peak's layout is a reversal from the disappointing performance of its smaller units. At 1076 square feet, you get to enjoy a very spacious living and dining area. If I can zoom into the dining area, you can actually comfortably fit an 8 to 10 seater dining table as well as a dry kitchen or sideboard along the wall here. This is almost impossible for most, if not all, 3-bedders that we see nowadays. Coming to the kitchen area, all 3 developments come with an enclosed kitchen. I think RiverGreen's kitchen might be a bit cramped with not much walkway. For the balcony, I don't quite like having 2 balconies for Robertson Opus and an odd-shaped one for RiverGreen. Instead, having a balcony that extends from the living room to the kitchen at Promenade Peak can provide a lot more ventilation to the kitchen area. Finally, all 3 developments come with a storage area, but Robertson Opus is the only one with a flexi area that can be used as a study or guest room depending on your needs. On balance, even though Robertson Opus and RiverGreen have pretty decent layouts too, I think I'll probably still go with Promenade Peak due to its more livable layout. Finally, coming to the 4-bedroom, let's first look at RiverGreen's layout, which comes in at the shocking 980 square feet. I'm sure you must be thinking, how did the developer even manage to squeeze in 4 bedrooms into less than 1000 square feet? Well, they did. So of course we are going to have a very compact and efficient design, as well as windows in both the kitchen and bathrooms for ventilation. However, the downside is there's no private lift, very small kitchen, only 2 bathrooms and basically no luxurious feel for a 4-bedroom unit at all. If you're on a budget, this is probably perfect for you, but it will probably not attract buyers looking for livability. Coming to Robertson Opus, I love their extremely luxurious junior master as well as master bedroom with walk-in wardrobe. There's also the possibility of taking down bedroom 4 to create an even more spacious living area. However, not a deal breaker, but it doesn't come with a private lift and there's no window for the junior master bathroom. Last of all, we have Promenade Peak's 4-bedroom at 1421 square feet. Do take note that there are 3 premium 4 and 5-bedroom units are situated from level 44 to 62 as you can see here, and there's nothing quite comparable at the moment because the other developments are only 36 stories high. The unit comes with a private lift. Stepping into the house, you'll be greeted by the dining area plus a lifestyle kitchen from Instameter right next to it. It looks something like this, which integrates seamlessly with the dining area and it costs about $20,000 per unit. Next, The master bedroom also comes with a walk-in wardrobe and a master bath that is fitted with a bathtub and a shower. I also like the huge utility and yard area, which is more suitable if you have a domestic helper compared to the bomb shelter. The only downside is the master bedroom and junior master are not as spacious compared to the one at Robertson Opus. All in all, I still feel that this is a pretty neat layout that is likely to entice many affluent families out there. So, here's a quick summary of my evaluation. Robertson Opus and RiverGreen are pretty neck and neck and consistent across all unit types. Promenade Peak really disappoints with its smaller layouts, but redeemed itself with the 3 and 4 beders. So here we go, I've summarized all my ratings here. Before I look at the overall scores, I would just like to come back to my scoring for Promenade Peak's facilities and quality factor. I've previously scored it at only 6 out of 10 because preliminary info showed that there was only 30% parking, which obviously wasn't enough if its target market is the more affluent families with its very livable 3 to 5 bedroom units. However, the developer has since confirmed that there will be a provision of 80% parking. I've also seen the finishing of this development and I can say that it is pretty decent. Hence, I would like to revise my scoring to 8 out of 10. Separately, I would also like to give an indicative rating of 6 out of 10 for River Valley Green Parcel B's pricing. This is because it has the highest purchase price amongst all, and it also has the best facing along the Singapore River, which is why I assume it wouldn't be cheap and hence a lower score for pricing. With that, let's look at the final score. On balance, I feel RiverGreen currently stands out mainly due to its more peaceful and convenient location as well as its affordability. However, it also depends if you're looking at the smaller 1 and 2 beders or the bigger 3 and 5 beders, then the conclusion will be different. In addition, things could still change when the actual pricing is out. We also don't have much information on Zion Grand yet, which may or may not be the ultimate winner. So, if you'd like to have more first-hand information or my advice on which development and unit to go for, feel free to reach out to me at 94515625 and I'll be happy to advise further. Once again, I'm Sean and I'll see you soon.